God says stop. This is going to happen in 30 seconds, and God is ordering you to watch this message. Listen to me now, not tomorrow, not later. In the next 30 seconds, something is shifting in your life, and heaven is trying to get your attention. If you scroll past this, you will miss the very moment God ordained to pull you out of the struggle you've been drowning in. When I say stop, it's not a threat, it's a lifeline. You've been running, overwhelmed, exhausted, surrounded by voices, pulling you in every direction. But God says stop, because your breakthrough is at the edge of this moment. Your heart has been carrying too much. Your spirit has been stretched too thin. And now, the Most High is interrupting your scroll to say, enough, let me speak, let me carry it, let me show you what's coming next. This is not just about a message. This is about divine interruption. Heaven is stepping in. The next 30 seconds are the most important ones you'll have today. Because when God speaks, everything has to pause. When God steps in, time bows and the impossible shifts. You've been in a waiting place, praying for something to change, crying when no one sees, smiling when your heart is breaking. God saw all of it, and now he says, stop, my child. I've seen enough. I am stepping in now. You are not forsaken. You are not forgotten. The war that's been raging in your spirit is about to be silenced by my voice. If you believe something is aligning right now in the spiritual realm, comment 1111 to claim it. This isn't just another day. This is a divine appointment. The enemy wanted to distract you, but God blocked it. You were seconds away from scrolling past the very confirmation you've been crying for. But God says, not today. My hand is on this moment. I ordained this second. I timed this so perfectly that nothing could interrupt it. Every moment of delay, every silent night, every unanswered prayer it's been leading here, I am calling you into stillness so I can release what's been held back from you. You don't have to perform. You don't have to earn my love. I already chose you before you even understood what it meant to be chosen. Before the world told you who to be, I whispered your name into existence. And I haven't changed my mind about you. Even when you doubted me, even when you turned away, I never turned from you. You were mine then, and you are mine now. That's why I'm asking you to stop, to listen, because this is the moment I pour back into what life tried to drain. You're tired because you've been fighting battles I never asked you to carry alone. You've been trying to fix things in your own strength. But I've been waiting for you to let go. I've been waiting for you to look up instead of looking around. My strength is made perfect in your weakness, not your performance. I'm not waiting for you to impress me, I'm waiting for you to trust me. And this is the moment that trust begins again. Not because you feel strong, but because you finally admit you're tired. And that's where I begin. There are things you've been praying about that you thought I wasn't listening to. But what you didn't know is that I was preparing something behind the scenes so powerful that had I given it to you too early, it would have crushed you. My delay was not my denial, it was my protection. You asked me to open doors, and I shut some instead. You asked me for favor, and I sent trials that built your character. I wasn't being silent. I was building a foundation that could hold the weight of your blessing. If your heart is receiving this, if you feel like this was carved out of heaven and placed in your hands, take a second and like this video so it reaches the one who almost gave up today. This may be the one thing that keeps them holding on. You're not watching this by accident. I don't work through accidents. I work through alignment. And right now, your spirit is aligning with a truth deeper than your pain. My child, I love you, not for what you do, but for who you are. I made you in my image. That means even when you feel broken, there's still beauty in you that mirrors me. Even in your mess, I see your purpose. Even in your mistakes, I see my grace. You were never created to carry this weight alone. The pressure you've been under, the constant overthinking, the restless nights, I see it all, and I'm telling you, lay it down now. You don't have to keep proving your worth to people who don't see the divine inside you. You are not what they said about you. You are who I said you are. Chosen, loved, redeemed, anointed. I place something in you the world can't take, and the enemy can't steal. Some of you have been stuck in the same pattern for too long. You keep circling the same pain, the same memories, the same fears. But today, I say, stop. Not because I'm angry, but because I want to free you. I want you to walk forward, not in shame, but in peace. I want you to wake up and know you are held, you are guided, and you are destined for more than what you've seen. What's ahead of you is greater than what's behind you, but you have to stop long enough to let me guide you into it. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed a 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life, but now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words and wealth starts to follow you, starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Your future is not tied to your failures. My plans for you haven't been cancelled. I'm still the God who parts seas, who moves mountains, who brings the dead back to life. Don't you think I can still move in your life too? Don't let what didn't happen yet make you doubt what I'm about to do. I am not done with you. In fact, I'm just getting started. If you trust that something is shifting in your favor right now, comment 222 and claim it by faith. This is a sacred moment. You're not here to be entertained. You're here to be transformed. My spirit is resting over these words like a blanket over a weary soul. Let me be your refuge. Let me be your hiding place. I will go before you, and I will be your rear guard. You are surrounded, not by fear, but by favor. No weapon formed against you will prosper. What tried to break you will bow to the power of my hand. The darkness has tried, but my light cannot be extinguished. I know it's been hard. I know you've felt alone, but I've been closer than your next breath. I've walked with you through every fire, every valley, every tear-soaked pillow. And I am not leaving now. This is the moment I reach down and lift you up again. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are still my child, and I will finish what I started in you. I will redeem what was lost. I will restore what was stolen. I will renew your strength. Right now, heaven is still talking. This is still your moment. Don't pull away. Don't tune out. There's a reason your spirit keeps pulling you back to this. The noise of the world is always shouting, but this is a whisper from God that cuts through the chaos. It's not loud, but it's deep. He says, "You're not forgotten. I've carved your name into my hands. You think I don't see you? I see all of it. I saw you when you were at your worst. I loved you anyway. I see you now, and I love you still. You've been asking me, God, where are you? And I say to you now, I've been with you in every silent moment, every night you lay awake staring at the ceiling, every time you smiled in front of people but broke down the second you were alone. I was there when you said you couldn't do it anymore. I carried you when you thought you had nothing left. My child, you've never been alone. You just didn't know I was carrying the part of your burden you thought was going to break you. Comment 333 if your soul feels this. Declare it in faith. You've been walking through a season where everything feels like a battle. Even the smallest things feel heavy. You've been tired in places that coffee can't fix. You smile, you show up, but something in you has been crying for relief. And here I am, not with judgment, but with an outstretched hand. Not with shame, but with peace. Let me be your comfort. Let me be your strength. You weren't meant to do this alone. That's why I came. I didn't come to offer religion. I came to offer relationship. I came to sit with you in the pain and lift you into purpose. I'm not asking for perfection. I'm asking for your heart. Give me the broken pieces, and I will shape them into something beautiful. Give me your doubt, and I'll trade it for hope. Give me your past, and I'll give you a future. You've been trying to be strong, but I'm telling you now, you can rest in me. Let go of what's killing your spirit. You don't have to keep proving yourself. You don't have to keep chasing the approval of people who can't see the treasure I placed inside you. Their rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It's a redirection. I closed those doors to protect you. You thought they walked away because something was wrong with you, but I removed them because their presence was blocking what I was trying to build in you. I only pruned what I planned to grow. The pain wasn't punishment, it was preparation. You asked for peace. This is how it begins, in the stillness, in the quiet. When you stop running and finally sit at my feet, that's when I begin to pour. That's when the healing starts. That's when the chains begin to fall, not because you figured it all out, but because you finally let me in. I can do more in one moment of surrender than you can do in a lifetime of striving. Some of you have been questioning whether you've gone too far, whether you've messed up one too many times, whether you're still welcome at my table. Hear me now, I have never stopped calling you. I have never closed my door to you. I don't hold your past against you. When I see you, I see the child I created with purpose, with beauty, with a destiny. Hell has tried everything to steal, but it hasn't won. You're still breathing. That means I'm not done with you. If you believe that grace is still reaching for you, comment 555 and say it in faith. There's a shift happening. You may not see it yet, but heaven is moving. The weight you've been carrying is about to be lifted. The door you've been waiting for is about to open. I have seen every seed you planted in faith. I've heard every whispered prayer. I've caught every tear. And I'm telling you now, none of it was wasted. You thought nothing was happening, but beneath the surface, roots have been growing. You're about to step into a harvest you forgot you even sowed for. I'm restoring what the enemy tried to break in you. I'm reviving what the world said was over. I'm breathing fresh wind into your soul. That fire that's almost gone out, I'm reigniting it. That hope you gave up on, I'm restoring it. That dream you buried, I'm digging it up again. You thought it was too late, but I am the God who raises dead things. Time is not your enemy when I am your Father. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. You've been under attack, not because you're weak, but because you carry something powerful. The enemy wouldn't fight you so hard if you weren't a threat. But no matter how loud the storm gets, remember who is in your boat. I am the God who calms the sea with a word. I'm not afraid of your storm. I'm above it, and I've already declared that you will reach the other side. So stop worrying, stop doubting, start trusting. Some of you have been walking through this season wondering if God even hears you anymore. You've prayed, you've fasted, you've cried, and still nothing seems to shift. And here's what God says to you. I heard you the first time. The delay was not my silence. It was me setting the stage for something greater. You've been looking for evidence, but I've been building endurance. I've been shaping your character, deepening your roots, so that when the blessing comes, you won't lose yourself in it. I've been protecting you from the version of success that would have destroyed your soul. If you've ever looked up and asked, "Why is it so hard?" No, this pressure doesn't mean punishment. It means preparation. You don't sharpen a sword with a feather, you sharpen it with friction. And what you've been going through isn't meant to break you, it's meant to shape you. You're not just surviving this season, you're being forged in the fire. And when you come out, you won't be the same. You'll be stronger, wiser, and anointed for more. Comment 1212 if you believe your process has a purpose. You've been surrounded by things trying to distract you from who you are and whose you are. But I'm here to remind you, you are not average. You were not made to blend in. I've set you apart for something uncommon. That's why you've always felt a little different. That's why you don't fit into every crowd. That's why the things others settle for never quite satisfy you. Because I place something divine in you, something eternal, and nothing in this world will ever fill the space that only my presence can fill. You've been carrying wounds that no one else sees, smiling in rooms where your heart was breaking, being strong for everyone else while privately falling apart. And I've seen every moment of it. Not one tear has been wasted. Not one sigh has gone unheard. You are not weak because you feel. You are human, and I made you that way. But you are also mine, and I never let my own go unnoticed. I am the God who heals not just bodies, but hearts. I will restore what was torn. I will mend what was broken. Don't let what people did to you shape how you see me. They may have misused your kindness, but I still see your value. They may have walked away, but I stayed. They may have lied, but I still speak truth. I'm not like them. My love doesn't change with your behavior. My grace doesn't run out when you fall. I don't abandon when it gets hard. I step in closer. I hold tighter. I love deeper. Some of you have been trapped in cycles you're too ashamed to talk about. Cycles of fear, anxiety, addiction, comparison. And you think God won't want you until you clean it all up. But hear this. I want you right now. In your mess, in your confusion, in your struggle. I'm not asking you to fix yourself. I'm asking you to come to me. I'm the one who breaks chains. I'm the one who shatters strongholds. I'm the one who takes ashes and makes something beautiful out of them. If you believe God is breaking cycles in your life, comment 777 in faith. You may not see it yet, but there are angels surrounding you. Even now, even in the room you're sitting in. The things that should have taken you out, God blocked them. The breakdowns that should have left you stuck, God used them. The pain that should have made you bitter, God turned it into purpose. That's not luck. That's not coincidence. That's me. That's my hand over your life. I've been protecting you from battles you didn't even know were coming. You think it's been quiet because nothing's happening, but I've been shielding you. I've been keeping you hidden, not because you're forgotten, but because I'm saving you for the right time. And when that time comes, no force in hell can stop what I'm about to release over your life. Your name is already being spoken in rooms you haven't walked into yet. Doors are already unlocking. Connections are being formed. Provision is being prepared. And all I'm asking is for you to stay faithful, stay close, and stay ready. You've been thinking it's too late, that you missed your moment. But I don't work according to your calendar. I operate in eternity. I redeem time. I restore years, and I accelerate what the world says takes a lifetime. You are not behind. You are right on schedule, my schedule, and soon you will see why it took this long. Soon, you will look back and understand why I said no to things you thought were good, because I was preparing something greater. You are more than what they called you. You are more than your past. You are more than your mistakes. You are my child, and my mark is on you. You don't have to be perfect to be used. You just have to be willing. Willing to say yes when it's hard. Willing to trust when it doesn't make sense. Willing to believe when everything around you screams doubt. That's where miracles begin. And yes, I still do miracles. I still open blind eyes. I still raise what was dead. I still make a way through the sea. And I still speak into the chaos and call peace into place. There's nothing too hard for me. No sin too dark. No heart too cold. No situation too far gone. If I could raise Lazarus after 4 days in the tomb, don't you think I can still raise your dreams, your purpose, your calling? Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. There's a shift coming to your house, your heart, your family. The chaos you've been surrounded by is about to break. The tension you've been living in is about to snap under the weight of my glory. You've been stretched so far you've wondered if you were going to make it, but that stretch was preparation. I was making room in you. Room for more peace, room for deeper joy, room for blessings that your past self wouldn't have known how to handle. You prayed for greater, but greater requires capacity. So I allowed you to be stretched, not to hurt you, but to prepare you. If you're still holding on, even with trembling hands, comment 999 and claim the strength God is pouring into you right now. Some of you have been walking through the fire. You've been asking me to remove you from it, but I've chosen to walk with you in it instead. Just like I did with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I didn't put out the fire, I stepped into it. I didn't prevent the furnace, I stood in the flames beside them. And not a single hair on their heads was burned. That's what I'm doing with you. I'm not watching from a distance. I'm right here in the heat, keeping you, protecting you, surrounding you. The fire will not consume you. It will refine you. You've been crying for peace, and here I am, the Prince of Peace, offering it freely. Not the kind of peace the world gives, peace that's temporary and shallow. I give the kind of peace that sits with you in the storm and says, "Be still." I'm not promising to calm every storm around you immediately, but I am promising to calm the one inside you. I will speak to the waves in your soul. I will quiet the voices that tell you you're not enough. I will silence the fear that's been screaming louder than my truth. You are loved, you are safe, you are seen, and nothing the enemy throws at you can change that. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Yes, the weapon may form. Yes, the storm may rise. But I've already declared the outcome. You win, you overcome, you rise, because you are mine. This isn't the time to shrink back. This is the time to step forward, even if you're trembling, even if your faith feels small. Step anyway, move anyway, trust anyway. You're waiting for a perfect moment, but I'm asking for obedience in the hard moment. I bless the step, not the hesitation. When Peter stepped out of the boat, the water didn't become solid until his foot moved. The miracle was in the step. And that's what I'm calling you into now, a step of faith. I know it feels risky. I know it feels uncertain. But I go before you. I have already prepared the way. I'm just waiting for you to believe that I will catch you if you fall, lift you when you're weak, and guide you when you're lost. I don't call you into places where my grace cannot keep you. I don't send you where I haven't already made a path. If you trust that the next step you take is covered by God, comment 1010 in faith. You've been holding your breath, waiting for the next bad thing to happen. That's not how I want you to live. You weren't created to live in fear of what's next. You were created to walk in faith of who's next, me. I'm the one writing your story, and I don't write tragedies. Even the painful chapters serve a purpose. Even the losses are woven into redemption. Nothing is wasted in my hands, not your pain, not your waiting, not your brokenness. I'm using all of it. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to be willing to trust me one day at a time. Manna came daily, not weekly. I didn't give my people a month's supply in the wilderness. I gave them what they needed each morning. Why? So they'd learn to look for me daily, so they'd depend on me, not the blessing. That's what I'm teaching you. Daily trust, daily bread, daily grace. Stop trying to control what I already have in my hands. Rest in me. Let me carry what's been breaking your back. Let me fight the battles you've been trying to win alone. The enemy is not stronger than me. He may roar like a lion, but I am the Lion of Judah. I do not lose. And if you're with me, you won't either. You're not here to live a small life. You're not here to barely survive. You are here to carry glory. You are here to walk in power. You are here to show the world what it looks like when grace rewrites a story. You're not just being healed, you're being called. You're not just being comforted, you're being commissioned. There are people waiting on the other side of your yes. There are souls tied to your obedience. And I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to be willing. I will equip you. I will guide you. I will send the right people, the right provision, and the right timing. Just take the step. The rest is on me. You've spent enough time being silent about what you've survived, but God didn't pull you out of the pit so you could pretend you were never there. He brought you out so you could shine brighter than the shadows. The pain, the tears, the struggle, they didn't come to destroy you. They came to reveal the power of the one who never left you. Even when everyone else walked away, he stayed. Even when you stopped believing in yourself, he still called you his. Comment 1515 if you're ready to rise into the life God is calling you toward. The season of silence wasn't punishment. It was God clearing the noise so you could finally hear him. And now he's saying, come closer. Don't be afraid. Don't second guess what I'm doing just because you don't understand it yet. You don't need all the answers to keep trusting. You just need to know who's holding your future. And that future is in the hands of the one who made the sun stand still, who parts seas, who makes a way where there's no way. That same God is watching over you. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You may feel forgotten by people, overlooked, invisible. But you have never been invisible to God. You've never once crossed his mind because you've never left it. You've been there the whole time. Every heartbeat, every sleepless night, every whispered prayer you thought went unheard, he caught all of it. And now he's saying, I haven't forgotten what I promised you. I'm still working. I'm still faithful. I'm still moving on your behalf. Let this truth sink deep. Your current situation is not your final chapter. There is more joy, more peace, more purpose. You haven't missed your moment. You haven't ruined your chance. Grace makes room for every step, every stumble, every restart. And sometimes it's the restart that carries the greatest power. Because it means you didn't quit. You got back up. And heaven always honors that. If this word is touching something deep in you, comment 1717 to declare that you're ready to begin again. You're not disqualified. You're being refined. God is not angry with you. He's preparing you. That pressing you feel, that pressure that won't let up, it's not there to crush you. It's there to pull the oil out of you. The anointing only comes when the olive is pressed. You asked for power. You asked to be used. And this is how He prepares you. Not by making things easy, but by making you ready. You're not just walking through life. You're walking through destiny. Every step matters, even the messy ones, even the confused ones. Because God doesn't need perfection to move. He just needs surrender. And when you say, "Here I am, Lord," even if I don't have it all together, He steps in. He does the heavy lifting. He fills the gaps. He strengthens your hands and steadies your heart. He equips you in real time. There are doors being prepared for you that you haven't even imagined yet. And when the time is right, no delay, no person, no past, and no force in hell will be able to stop you from walking through them. You've waited long enough. You've suffered quietly long enough. Now, it's your season to rise, but not in your strength. In His, you're not weak for being tired. You're human. But God's power shines brightest when you feel like you have nothing left. That's when He shows up. That's when the miracles happen. Not when you feel strong, but when you lean into Him completely. That's when burdens lift. That's when chains break. That's when peace floods in where anxiety used to live. He's healing you in places you didn't even know were still broken. He's mending wounds that were hidden so deep you thought they were just part of who you are. But they're not. You were not born to live broken. You were born to live free. And the God who set captives free in the Bible is still in the business of breaking chains today. Don't underestimate what God can do with your life just because of what you've been through. He specializes in turning broken people into powerful testimonies. He loves using the ones the world overlooks, the ones who never fit in, the ones who made mistakes. That's where He shows His strength. That's where He displays His love. You are not an exception to grace. You are the reason for it. Your story is not too messy for God. Your history is not too dark. He knew every part of it before you took your first breath, and He still chose you. That's love, not performance-based love, not conditional love, but covenant love. Unshakable, unchanging, unconditional love. That's who He is, and that's how He sees you. So don't let fear keep you stuck. Don't let shame silence you. Don't let guilt chain you down. This is the time to rise. You've survived what others couldn't. You've walked through things that should have crushed you, and you're still standing. That's not weakness. That's proof of purpose. That's the evidence of grace. Everything is shifting. The wind is changing. What was heavy is about to lift. What was stuck is about to move. What was delayed is about to be released. And when it happens, it won't make sense to anyone else, but you'll know. You'll know it was God. Because only God could take everything meant to harm you and use it to bless you instead. You're not too far. You're not too broken. You're not too late. That's the lie the enemy wants you to believe, so you'll stop pressing in. But God says, "I've already covered you. My mercy is new every morning. You don't have to earn your way back. Just turn your heart to me." He doesn't need you to fix yourself. He needs you to surrender. That's where it starts. Not with performance, but with a posture of trust. If you believe God is still working on you, still walking with you, still writing your story, comment Amen and receive that in your heart. You've been wondering why the attacks got stronger, why the heaviness came out of nowhere, why people suddenly pulled away or changed. It's not random, it's spiritual. The enemy always fights what God is about to elevate. The closer you get to breakthrough, the more intense the battle becomes. But don't be discouraged, be alert. That warfare means you're getting close. You've stepped into a realm where things are shifting and hell is nervous. But you are not alone. You are not outmatched. The one who called you is faithful. The same God who stood with David when he faced Goliath is standing with you now. And Goliath will fall, not because of your size, not because of your skill, but because of your surrender. Because you dared to show up with nothing but faith. That's what moves heaven. That's what shakes the earth. Faith in a God who never loses. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer, now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. God didn't bring you this far just to leave you. He didn't invest years into healing, restoring, refining, and guiding you just to watch you fall now. His hand is on your life. His spirit is inside you. His promises still stand. And even if you feel like everything is falling apart, remember sometimes things have to fall apart so the truth can rise from the ruins. Comment 1111 if you're trusting God to turn every loss into purpose. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need to remember that God does. When you were overlooked, He saw you. When you were misunderstood, He understood. When you were rejected, He called you His own. That's who you belong to, not the opinions of people, but the love of your Father. And He's not ashamed of you. He's not distant. He's not disappointed. He's near. And He's proud of how far you've come, even if you feel stuck. He sees the strength it took just to keep going. You've been fighting silent battles, and God honors that. He's not blind to the tears you wiped away before anyone could notice. He's not ignoring the nights you stayed awake, replaying everything in your mind. You thought no one knew, but He did. And He didn't just watch from a distance, He wept with you. That's who He is. A God who draws close to the brokenhearted, who bandages the wounds no one else can see, who speaks peace into storms no one else hears. Right now, God is lifting burdens. He's breaking chains that have been wrapped around your heart for too long. You've been carrying guilt, fear, shame, comparison, and trying to call it strength. But real strength is in surrender. Let Him have it. Let Him hold what's been holding you back. He's not just the God of forgiveness, He's the God of freedom. You're stepping into a new chapter. But here's what you need to know. Old wounds can't go with you. You can't bring the same fear into the next season. You can't carry old disappointments into new doors. God wants to give you fresh oil, but you've got to let Him drain the old. You can't pour new wine into old wineskins. He's not trying to patch the past. He's trying to make all things new. If you're ready for what's new, if you're willing to let go of what no longer serves you, comment 222 in faith. This next season will require a deeper level of trust, not the surface kind. Not the kind that believes when it's easy, but the kind that holds on when nothing makes sense. The kind of trust that says, even if I don't see it yet, I know you're working. That's what God is growing in you, a trust that can't be shaken, a faith that doesn't collapse under pressure. He's going to call you into unfamiliar places, into uncomfortable obedience, and your answer doesn't have to be, I'm ready. It just needs to be, I'm willing to go where He sends you, willing to say yes when your flesh wants to say no, willing to believe that if He called you, He'll also equip you. You don't have to know how, you just need to know who. There is so much ahead of you that your eyes haven't seen, prayers that haven't been answered yet, doors that haven't opened yet. But they're coming. God is not a man that He should lie. What He spoke will happen. It may not come in the way you expected, but it will come. And when it does, it will make sense why it took so long, why the detours happened, why the waiting felt so painful. God was aligning things you couldn't see, protecting you from things you didn't even know were ahead. God says, I'm not done with you. I never was. Even when you gave up, I stayed. Even when you stopped hoping, I kept building. Even when your prayers fell silent, I still remembered every word you ever spoke in faith. Not one moment of pain has been wasted. Not one part of your story has been overlooked. Heaven is not ignoring you. You are being prepared, shaped, and protected for something bigger than what you can see right now. You've walked through days that stole your joy and nights that nearly stole your mind. And yet, here you are, still listening. That alone is a miracle. That alone proves how strong your spirit really is. But God doesn't want you just surviving anymore. He wants to lift you into a life full of His presence, His peace, and His power. That's why He keeps calling you. That's why this moment won't let go of you. If you believe something sacred is happening right now, comment 333 in faith. There's a healing taking place inside of you that you may not feel yet, but it's happening. Slowly, quietly, deeply, God is healing places that you buried, places you never spoke about, places you forgot still needed attention. Some of your pain is so old that you assumed it was part of who you are now. But God is saying, that's not who you are. That's who life tried to make you. I'm restoring your true self, the one I created, the one I've always loved. You are not the worst thing you've done. You are not the lies they told about you. You are not the voice in your head that tells you you're never enough. You are a child of the Most High, and I don't abandon my children. You may have walked away, but I've been running toward you. Every second, every breath, every time your heart broke, and you thought no one saw I did. And I'm here now, wrapping you in grace. You are not forgotten, and you never were. Sometimes God delays the blessing not to punish you, but to develop you, because He loves you too much to let a blessing destroy you. The waiting has felt cruel, but it's actually been kind. He's been removing what would have sabotaged you, strengthening the parts of you that felt too fragile. You asked for the mountain, and He started building your muscles. You asked for the calling, and He started clearing out your character. And when the time comes, you'll walk into the next chapter with clarity, authority, and peace, not fear. Comment 555 if you're trusting God's timing over your own. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You've been in survival mode for so long that thriving feels unfamiliar. But God didn't call you just to endure. He called you to live, fully, joyfully, fearlessly. He's not waiting for you to be perfect. He's just waiting for you to surrender. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to take the next step, and then the next, and trust that even if you stumble, He's steady. You're walking into a new level. It might feel uncomfortable at first. You may not feel ready. You may even feel like an imposter. But you are not standing in this moment by accident. God placed you here, and He doesn't make mistakes. The same God who gave you the dream will give you the strength. The same God who spoke the promise will sustain you through the process. You don't need more approval. You don't need more confirmation. You don't need permission from people who didn't call you in the first place. If God said it, that settles it. Now walk in it, with your head held high. Not because you're confident in yourself, but because you're confident in Him. Let go of who you used to be. Let go of what used to define you. The labels, the shame, the old mindsets, they don't belong in the new places God is taking you. He's doing a new thing, and it doesn't look like what you thought it would. But it's good, it's holy, and it's yours. You've spent too long asking, what if I'm not enough? God wants you to start asking, what if He really is who He says He is? Because He is. He is still Jehovah Jireh, your provider. He is still El Roi, the God who sees. He is still the one who leaves the 99 for the one. And you are the one. Stop measuring God's goodness by your current circumstances. Faith isn't built on what you see. It's built on what you believe when nothing makes sense. And right now, He's inviting you to trust again. Even if you've been disappointed before, even if you've been hurt, even if you're scared, trust again. This time, it's going to be different. Not because the road will be easier, but because you'll be walking with Him, not ahead of Him. And when you walk with God, even the valleys lead to victory. Even the storms bow to peace. Even the darkness has to make room for light. So take a breath. Let it in. Let it all fall off of you, the weight, the fear, the guilt. It was never yours to carry. You're free. Not because you feel it, but because He said so. And what God says is final. There's something sacred happening right now. You might feel it in your chest, a pull, a stirring, something quiet but undeniable. That's not emotion. That's not coincidence. That's the Spirit of God moving in you, telling you to keep going, not because it's easy, but because you're not alone. The enemy wanted this to be the end. He wanted you to quit, but God said no. Heaven stepped in, grace took over, and that's why you're still here. That's why you're still fighting, not in your strength, but in His. If you believe God is near, and you are not alone in this moment, comment 777 and let heaven know you're listening. There have been times you thought your silence meant God wasn't listening, but silence doesn't mean absence. God has been with you through every unanswered prayer, every delayed promise, every quiet morning when it felt like He was far away. But He was never gone. He was working in the background, preparing you, shaping you, stretching you, so that you'd be ready to hold the very thing you asked for. Sometimes the preparation feels like isolation, but it's not abandonment, it's protection. And you don't have to explain to anyone what God is doing in your life. You don't need to justify the season you're in. Some people won't understand the path you're walking. That's okay. They weren't called to it. You were. And the one who called you will walk every step with you. He's not surprised by your questions. He's not frustrated with your fears. He knows exactly how to meet you right where you are. This journey hasn't been easy. The weight you've carried, the losses you've endured, the pressure you've stood under, it's a lot, more than most know. And still, God kept you. You didn't break, even when it felt like you would. And that strength in you, it didn't come from nowhere. It came from Him. That's why you made it through things you thought would take you out. That's why you're still breathing after everything that tried to suffocate your hope. You didn't survive by accident. You're here because God sustained you. You're here because grace stood in the gap. You're here because there's still more for you to do, more for you to see, more for you to become. God doesn't leave stories unfinished. He completes what He begins. And He began something in you the day you were born, something eternal, something powerful, something that hell has been trying to stop ever since. But it can't. If you're holding on to that promise, even just by a thread, comment 999 and speak life over what's still ahead. There's healing happening in your heart. You may not feel it all at once, but it's happening. God is touching the deepest wounds, the ones that changed how you see yourself, the ones that made you think you weren't worthy of love, the ones that kept you stuck in patterns of fear, self-doubt, and shame. He's healing them now, not just patching them up, but restoring them completely. God doesn't do halfway healing. He makes all things new, and that includes you. The lies that were spoken over you, they're breaking. The chains that have held you in silence, they're falling. The fear that's kept you from stepping out, it's losing its grip. You are not a prisoner to your past. You are not defined by your lowest moments. You are not stuck. You are being set free. God is doing something in you that no one else can take credit for. And when it's done, it'll be clear that it was Him all along. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You may still have questions. You may still feel unsure. That's okay. God isn't waiting for perfect faith. He's waiting for real faith. Faith that shows up even when it's trembling. Faith that says, God, I don't know what to do, but I trust you anyway. That kind of faith moves mountains. That kind of faith opens doors. That kind of faith stirs heaven. And heaven is responding. Right now there are angels assigned to you. You may not see them, but they're real. They're fighting for you in the spiritual realm. They're protecting you in battles you don't even know exist. You've been covered, shielded, protected from things you never even saw coming. That car accident that didn't happen. That emotional breakdown that was interrupted. That decision you almost made but didn't. That wasn't luck. That was God. He's kept you when you didn't want to be kept. He's rescued you from yourself more times than you can count. And not because He had to, but because He wanted to. Because love does that. Because grace does that. Because He's a good Father who never stops reaching. You don't have to have it all together. Just bring what you have. Bring your honest heart. Bring your quiet prayers. Bring your broken pieces. He's not looking for performance. He's looking for surrender. And He can do more with surrender than you could ever do with control. The story is still unfolding. The healing is still happening. The promise is still alive. And the best part? God's not just watching it all. He's leading it, writing it, walking with you through every single page. So breathe. Let the weight lift. You don't have to figure everything out tonight. You just have to remember who holds tomorrow. And He's already promised to never leave you, never forsake you, never give up on you. That promise still stands. He's not late. He's not ignoring you. He's been carrying you through moments you didn't even realize would have broken you if he hadn't stepped in. You've been asking, where is God? But the better question is, how did I make it this far? Because if you're honest, you know it wasn't your strength, it wasn't your strategy, it wasn't your ability to stay calm. It was grace. Raw, undeserved, powerful grace. That's what's been holding you all along. You've had nights when you couldn't pray, days when you felt completely empty, and even then, he didn't let go. Even when you felt unworthy, even when you pulled away, he stayed. You may not feel like you're doing enough. You may even believe you've fallen too far. But listen, your standing with God is not based on your performance. It's based on His love, and His love doesn't waver. If you're holding on by faith, even when it's hard, comment 1010 and let heaven know you're still believing. God knows how long you've waited. He knows the weight of every unanswered prayer, every door that stayed shut, every opportunity that slipped through your fingers. You've wondered why it's taking so long, and He's whispering now, because I love you too much to give it to you too soon. He's been refining your character while you thought nothing was happening. He's been protecting your purpose while you thought the silence meant abandonment. Some blessings take time, not because God can't deliver them fast, but because He wants to make sure you can carry them well. Some miracles require preparation. Some seasons of waiting are actually seasons of building. You are being built right now, even in the parts that feel like they're falling apart. Even in the moments that feel like failure, God is building something in you that will last. You won't have to force the next door open. You won't have to beg to be seen. You won't have to compete or compromise. What's for you will find you because your Father knows exactly where you are. And He's never lost sight of you. Not for a second. You might have been passed over. You might have been overlooked. But heaven has not overlooked you. The anointing on your life is not determined by who clapped for you or who ignored you. The calling God placed inside you was never dependent on their recognition. It was always between you and Him. And He says, you're still chosen, you're still called, you're still mine. There's something stirring in the unseen. You can't see it yet, but your spirit can feel it. A release, a shift, a divine unlocking. God is preparing to do in days what couldn't happen in years. He's the God of suddenlies, the God of breakthroughs, the God who shows up when it looks like nothing is left. And when He moves, it won't be small, it'll be undeniable, and you'll know it was Him. If your heart is ready for that shift, if your spirit knows something is coming, comment 1717 as a declaration of expectation. The pain you went through wasn't random. The struggle wasn't wasted. God is the only one who can take brokenness and birth something holy from it. That heartbreak, He's using it to soften your heart. That loss, He's using it to create room for what's next. That delay, He's using it to stretch your faith. Nothing is wasted in His hands. Nothing is too far gone for His restoration. He still brings beauty from ashes. He still turns mourning into dancing. He still gives peace that doesn't make sense. And He's doing it for you. Right now, even as you sit here and read this, something in your atmosphere is shifting. The weight on your chest is beginning to lift. The fog in your mind is starting to clear. That's not just emotion. That's the Spirit of God reaching into your moment. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever.